your dreams.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another Genshin Impact video, and today I'm just doing a quick first impressions video of Navia. That's basically about it. If you like the content, just leave a like and subscribe. Quick note, mods are currently fixed in Genshin Impact. The footage you're seeing is footage before the mods got fixed for 4.3. I will just tell you straight up that Navia is one of those characters that if you really like the character, you should pull for her. Navia is a quick swap DPS, basically meaning that she's going to be on the field, either using her burst or her E, or maybe even both, and then she's going to be swapping out to another character. You can play her as a main DPS if you want to. I have been playing her as a main DPS and I think she's very fun to play. Her elemental skill is pretty fun to use, especially if you're holding it instead. Her burst is also pretty great since it only costs 60. You're not going to be having too much trouble getting to her burst, especially since her elemental skill does come with 2 charges. Navia's elemental burst can also work when Navia's off field, which makes Navia a good quick swap DPS. Because Navia is a quick swap DPS, you can slot her almost anywhere outside of Dendro anyways. Although if you were to use Dendro with Navia, you would obviously have the Dendro, Hydro, and Electro, or maybe Pyro if you're using Burgeon instead. And the 4th slot can just be Navia. I am very grateful for Navia because, for one thing, I'm probably one of the rarest Genshin players out there that does not own a Zhongli. So whenever the Wolf Lord boss comes up in the Abyss, I am going to, mauled a little bit because the only Geo characters I have leveled are Noelle, Ningguang, and Yunjin. Ironically enough, I don't even use those Geo characters for the Wolf Lord boss. I'll just use Nilou Bloom instead. But since Navia's in the game and she's in my account built, I can just use Navia instead, and since she's a quick swap DPS, I can slot her in almost anywhere. I know quite a bit of people do compare Navia to Ningguang since they're both Geo characters that don't rely on defense or HP. Ningguang can be a main DPS or a sub DPS support if you equip her with the Thrilling Tales. Ningguang's elemental skill can also boost Geo damage if a Geo character were to pass through the screen. I would say that Navia has a little bit more flexibility compared to Ningguang since Ningguang is basically glued to Geo. Navia isn't really necessarily glued to Geo since she does rely on crystallization to increase her personal damage. So Navia can work pretty well outside of mono Geo, and as a result she has a little bit more flexibility in team composition compared to Ningguang. Even though Navia does have more flexibility team composition, that doesn't necessarily mean she's like an excellent character. I would say that Navia is a well-balanced character. She's not godly in any way, but she's not horrible trash either. I would say that Navia is more Ayato tier, a well-balanced character. Nothing too amazing to talk about, nothing really new under the sun. The build that I have on my Navia is the 4-piece Mary Chase Hunter. I am unfortunately not using the new Geo set. I will be farming for it though, however. With the Hunter set, my Navia is glued to Furina since Furina is the only character that can drain your party members' HP in order to utilize the Hunter set. I probably don't even need to go out of my way to farm this set, but I'm only really farming it because 1, I'm in endgame, there's nothing really else for me to do at the moment. And number 2, I don't want my Navia to be constantly glued to Furina all the time. I want my current Navia to be a little bit more flexible, if you get what I'm saying. I think Navia is one of the most creative Geo characters that we have in the game. That is mostly because she's the only Geo character that actually tries to utilize the Geo reaction, which is crystallization. Crystallization is very ass. In fact, it's so ass it's basically borderline useless. At least Navia tries to make some use out of it. It basically increases her personal damage depending on how many crystallization shards she has collected. So at least HoYoverse is trying to make crystallization work in some way. It's a good first step for the crystallization reaction, but I don't know how far HoYoverse is willing to go to boost Crystallize or even encourage the use of the crystallization monetization reaction. I heard that Shiori might be a good support for Navia. I don't know how true this is or not. These are obviously just rumors. True or not, I don't really think it's a good idea to pull for a character just to hope that they'll get buffed in the future. But as of right now, I think Navia is a pretty good balanced character. Nothing amazing, nothing trashy. Just pull her if you like her. That's it. That's all I can really say about Navia. That's gonna be the end of this video. Let me know what you guys think about Navia. You think she's great, bad, trash, ass? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys later.